Everybody for waiting. Welcome to our post-game press conference as Army defeated Air Force 10-7 to win the CIC trophy. We'll start with cadet athlete interviews, and then we'll get to Coach Monken's press conference part. We'll start here today with Cedric Cunningham. Reminder to keep your line muted until you're prompted to ask a question, and then at that point, you can unmute your line, ask your question, and then remute. With that being said, Ken Kreitzer will start us off with questions for Cedric.
Cedric, congratulations. What does this win mean to you on your home field, this back-to-back Navy and then Air Force this last 2 weeks?
Thank you, sir. This win means everything to us. We talked about this a year ago and bringing that trophy back. So to accomplish that and do it in back-to-back weeks at home for the first time, and I don't know when is the last time that's been done, it's just an amazing feeling. To accomplish that and do it in back-to-back weeks for the first time.
Please keep your line muted. Reminder. Ken Kreitzer, you have a second follow-up question?
Yeah, Cedric, just tell us about the play that you made breaking up that pass play. It was so athletic, and 2 weeks in a row you made terrific plays. Just tell us a little bit about that pass breakup.
I believe I was just a post player on that play, and I kind of felt the seam route to my left, and was able to get a pretty good break on the ball.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Questions
for Cedric from Charles Grievous.
Yes. First of all, Cedric, first and foremost, congratulations on a great win today. We talked last week, and you had indicated that this game would be very similar to that of Navy. Obviously, that seems to be the case. What was your take on the game, and did the Air Force offense do anything that surprised you today?
Nothing that surprised us. They did a lot of good things. They were able to move the ball at times, but we were able to stay level-headed, communicate, and limit the big plays, and ultimately come out with the victory.
And speaking of surprises, though, on the Falcons' scoring drive, were you surprised that they converted more to the passing game that led to their touchdown?
No, sir. We expected them to throw the ball at some point, and they hit some plays. They put together a good drive, but our offense responded well and put us back ahead.
Okay, thank you, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Cedric? Okay, thanks, Ced.
Thank you.
Next, we have B-back Jacoby Buchanan. Ken Kreitzer, you want to start us off with questions for Jacoby?
Jacoby, congratulations. First off, just tell us about the fourth down play. That was such a do-or-die play for you, 4th and goal from the 1. Just tell us about how the play set up and your thought as you took it in.
Yes, sir. So coming out of the timeout, we were all just determined, 4th down for some, they punt the ball, but for us, 4th down is just another down to convert, and that's what we took it as. We were all on the same page. We knew that it was the game winner. We had to get it, and, there was no other choice for us. Last year, we kind of got stopped a couple of times on the goal line, and, we just weren't going to let history repeat itself. So, we just drove in, and that's what we did.
And Jacoby, just tell us a little bit after Sandon and McCoy got injured. You took really the weight of the fullback spot. How did it feel? What were the challenges running against Air Force today?
Yeah, you never like to see someone like Sandon go down, but it was kind of just that next man up mentality. I know my team was counting on me, and I had a job to do. So I had to go in there and do it to the best of my ability, and that's what I tried to do.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Questions for Jacoby from Charles Grievous.
Jakobi, first of all, congratulations on the win today and the CIC trophy. Today you went from being a quartet fullback group, if you will, to being a solo act at the latter part of the game. Obviously, it was a very physical game. Can you talk about your mindset going into the fourth quarter, particularly even on the final drive?
Yeah, so really, especially on that final drive, like I said, everybody on the offense just had one goal, and that was to score a touchdown. After Jabari and the defense got that pick, we just had momentum, and, coming out of the huddle, we knew what we had to do. There was 8 minutes left. That's perfectly what we do, have a good old-fashioned Army football drive. And, we never, once flinched. Even when we got to fourth down, we knew we had to convert, and, that's exactly what we did.
Great, and I think you put an exclamation point on the West Point being fullback university. What does it mean for you personally to make that final play, that final touchdown?
Honestly, it's just a blessing. I'm sure, if anybody else's number was called, we still would have got it. But, it's honestly just a blessing to be put in that position, and then just the offensive line getting the push that they did, the slot backs pushing me in, everybody just pushing me into the goal line. To get that win, not only for me, but for the seniors who go out now with the CIC championship, honestly, it's just amazing.
All right, thank you very much.
Questions from Ken McMillan.
Jacoby, congratulations. Just take us through the emotion of getting over the goal line on that final play.
Honestly, it's not, I don't think it's something that I can really explain. Just joy, excitement, just everything coming together at once. That feel, we did it. Honestly, I just can't even explain it.
Is it more rewarding? I mean, it had to be difficult in those final 90 seconds. You were stopped for 1 yard, you couldn't get in. I mean, does that ever play on your mind, or were you just determined that you weren't going to get stopped the third time?
Yeah, honestly, Coach Davis always says it. We have a one-play contract for the Brotherhood. Once that play is up, you can't do anything about it, but you just have to move on. And, once it got to 4th and 1, like I said, we just knew that we had to have it. There wasn't anything there. We can't get it, nothing like that. We knew that we had to get it. That's exactly what we did.
The win over Navy was great, but what does it mean? Tell me about the level of importance of winning the CIC.
Yeah, it's just amazing. This will be my first ever CIC, so just being able to have one of those under my belt, it's just amazing. And then, like I said, for the seniors, who now go out, the most winningest senior class in Army football history, and then for them to go out with the CIC, it's amazing.
Can you talk about what it meant to have Christian Anderson step in and do what he did today?
Yeah, so kind of like how Sandon got hurt, we have that next man up mentality. Christian's been playing well all year, and I really had no doubts that Christian was going to go in there and pick up where TT left off. Be the field general and guide the offense down the field, and that's exactly what he did.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Jakobi? Okay, thank you. Next, we have linebacker Arik Smith. Ken Kreitzer, do you want to start us off with questions?
Yes, congratulations, Arik. Just talk about the final play. The ball deflected, I think it was by Bonsu. And what did you see? And what was your reaction when you were able to grab that ball to seal the game?
I was actually, I'm not sure exactly which play it was, but it seemed like the ball was floating there for a long time. But I was glad I was able to grab it. But it was just a overwhelming sense of emotion to be able to end the game and end this part of our season, which is the CIC. And it's very important for this team, important for the program and the university. And I was just happy to be able to do that for us.
And Arik, what adjustments did you have to make when Air Force started to throw the ball in the third quarter? When it seemed like they changed their offense and they were throwing that 85 yards on one drive?
As linebackers, we had to think deeper. On the snap of the ball, we're normally keyed into what they do in terms of the run, but we talked with the coaching staff, and they told us that we probably need to, on pass, play a little bit deeper, look for the underneath routes, and I think we as a defense became more aware of their passing ability towards the end of the first half and into the second half, and I think we were able to shut it down once we understood what they were trying to do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Questions for Arik from Charles Grievous?
Yes, congratulations, Eric, on the win today. This was a very physical game. Can you talk about the physicality of the contest, and also what does this win mean to you personally?
Okay, so first, the CIC games are always extremely physical games. We're both under center teams mainly, and all the plays are fast hitting, and you have to get in there and you have to bow up and kind of try and stop the ball before it gets too far, because a team like Air Force or Navy, the teams that we play for the CIC, if they get 3 or 4 yards, that's a successful down for them because they get 4 downs mainly. And this, as a CIC winner, this team, I'm very glad to be in this position, and the team is very glad to be in this position. This is something that we've been working for from June 1st when we first came back, and all the things that's going on with COVID and in the nation. I think it's a good reassuring thing for us to have something like this happen for this program.
Thank you very much.
Ken McMillan, questions for Arik?
Congratulations. Army held opponents to single-digit points 6 times this year and 2 more under 12. It just has to be just a remarkable performance by the defense this year.
Yeah, it's credit to the coaching staff and the rest of the players. When we first got in here on June 1st, we took a look and we said that we needed to get better on defense. And the thing is that we didn't have a spring ball, but we came back and we locked in from the first day that we got back, and I think that really showed up throughout the season, and it's going to show up to end the season.
It really is a remarkable effort to shut out Navy and only give up a touchdown to Air Force in the 2 biggest games of the season.
Yeah, that's what we try to do as a defense. We don't want to play a game where we're allowing a team to score points. If we can get a team in a position where they don't have to score points at all, that's what we look to do. And I think that's a credit again to our defensive staff and our defensive players. We really locked in on the game plans that we have for both of these 2 teams, and we were able to be successful at defending them.
I know a lot of your fellow cadets, finally went home on vacation, and I'm sure you're eager to do so yourself. But, what was it like to get that support at the stadium today?
Can you say that again, please?
You had a smaller crowd because many of the cadets, finally went home on vacation, which is something you're all looking forward to. But what was it like to get that support at the stadium today?
Oh, it was great. To have the staff and faculty, the people that live here on USMA, be out there, it's a lot better than just having an empty stadium. But it's people that are important to us because, we have an academic side. Those guys, they really do a good job teaching us. And we're a close-knit community here at West Point, and we know everybody that we play in front of, especially people that we play in front of today. We've gotten several, thank yous, hugs, and everything like that. And it's a very family-friendly environment, and we just love it.
Arik, if you don't mind, one more. What were you thinking as you're on the sideline and your offense is just driving down the field? Just take me through your emotions and what you were thinking.
Well, my hope was that we would score, obviously, because that would put us in a position where the defense, it would be back in the defense's hand to shut it out and close the game down.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Arik. Next, we've got quarterback Christian Anderson. Ken Kreitzer start us off with questions for Christian.
Yes, Christian, congratulations, and just tell us if you would. Let's go. On the fourth quarter drive, you're facing the 4th and 4 at the Air Force 23, and I saw the play looked like it was going to go left, but you're running right towards the sideline. Just take us through that play, if you would.
Yeah, I think we're talking about the boot play when I kept it going to the right. Just looking for the deep pass if it was open. If not, I was just gonna run it and try to get as much yards as I can, try to get a first down. Had a good block by the B-back that allowed me to get open on that. So it was just a good play call.
And then you get down to the 4th and goal, the 1 yard line. I thought it was like the 2 yard line. And you call the play and you hand it off to Jakobi. Just tell us what the play would look like from your perspective.
Yeah, we knew it was just gonna be a fullback dive, straight give to Jakobi. I told him he better get in the end zone before we called it. I told the line that we just needed 1 yard. We just need everybody to finish in the end zone, and we were able to do that. I'm really proud of how the O-line in general on that drive was able to finish, and the offense in general just feeding off each other on that drive and on that last play.
Thank you. Congratulations again.
Thank you, sir.
Questions from Charles Grievous.
Yes, Christian, congratulations on the win today. Before Jacoby's touchdown, obviously the drive was very, very impressive. Can you walk us through the drive itself and exactly what you guys saw that will work, that brought you to the victory?
Yeah, I think Coach Davis did a great job calling plays. We just kept moving the ball. The line just kept pushing them back. We kept getting a good push. We were running the ball hard. I just think at the end of the day on that drive, we knew we had to score, and that was our mindset. And, when we execute well, I think it's very hard for our team to stop us.
Okay, and as Jacoby stated earlier, and Coach Monken always says this, it's the next guy up. So when your number was called, what did the staff say to you on the sideline before you went in the game?
The coaching staff, they have a lot of trust in me. Obviously, I played some games before, and my teammates, they all trust me as well, and they told me that, they knew I'd do a good job. I just wanted to make sure I played as well as I could for them, for the guys that couldn't play today, especially for TT. I know he wanted to come back for sure, so I just wanted to go out there and play hard for those guys.
Great. Well, congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Questions from Ken McMillan.
Christian, congratulations on the win. The 4 previous series, you guys weren't able to move the ball as effectively as you would like. How do you shake that off, knowing that you're going into the biggest series of your season?
I think it was like I said, our mindset going into that drive. We knew we needed to get some points. The defense had been playing well the whole night. We just got a turnover. We knew we had to put some points on the board if we wanted to win the game, and I think our mindset just going into that drive was that we needed to score, and that's what we did.
And Christian, I know that you wanted to get back in the lineup last week against Navy, and you certainly don't want to get back in at the expense of Tyre's injury, but what was it like to get called upon and say, okay, you're the man?
Yeah, I've always been really supportive of TT. He's one of my closer friends on the team. And, when he went down, I told him I got his back. I told him I would get the win for us. And, I always stay ready just in case anything happens. And I feel like in practice, I always take game reps. So I felt pretty prepared coming into the game. And I think that preparation in general just helped out in this game specifically.
I know you're a team guy, but can you just sort of give us the feeling of what's the sense? Is it accomplishment, happiness? What's the emotion knowing that you were able to pull this off today?
Yeah, it was really emotional after the game. I struggled kind of keeping those emotions back. I feel like it's just been a tough year for everybody, and the way we won that game was just it's really hard to describe the feelings that I felt after the game. I was just really proud of the whole team and how we bounced back on that last drive. It was really a really magical experience.
Well, and just one more. Obviously, next week is the bowl game. Can you just give us early thoughts on the fact that you've gotten to a bowl game now 4 out of 5 years?
I think it's a credit to the coaching staff, to the players. We want to win the bowl game, obviously. I think it's just a lot of credit to our mindset as a team and, the goals we set for ourselves coming into the season.
Did you get a chance to carry the CIC with some of your teammates? It's pretty heavy.
Yes, sir, I did. Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Christian. And last, we have Jabari Moore. So, Ken Kreitzer, you want to start us off with questions for Jabari?
Thank you. Congratulations, Jabari. That was a spectacular interception you had at a critical moment in the fourth quarter. Just tell us about what was the setup on the play and what were you thinking as you went back racing for on-task coverage there?
Well, Coach Woody made a good call. He put us in a perfect position to stay on top of that route. We saw us unbalanced, and we went through practice, and we saw that they were going to go back to the play actions, and so it was expected. So it was in a good position to stay on top of it.
And what does it mean for you to win the Commander-in-Chief trophy, to consecutive weeks feature 2 arch rivals here in the home field, Navy and Air Force? What does this sequence of games and achievements mean for you?
Well, this is an unbelievable experience. I'm happy for the seniors on this team. They can leave here with getting the trophy back after last year. And just to see the look and the emotions coming out of them after the game, it was just unreal.
Thank you.
Questions from Ken McMillan?
Jabari, congratulations on the win. Take us into that, not the Arik interception, but take us into that final defensive series. If Air Force scores there, that game is over probably. As a unit, how did you guys say anything to one another? What was the general feeling as Air Force was driving?
Yes, sir. We knew we had to get a stop, and we knew they would probably go back to the play-action game. That was the only way they were getting yards there at first, so it was, like I said earlier, it was expected.
It had to be, I don't know, I don't want to put the word in your mouth, but when Air Force finally uncorked its passing game and drove down the field and scored, how did you guys react as a defensive unit to that?
We didn't budge. We knew we were going to make the right adjustments and come back out there and get the job done. We just needed the offense to put it in, and they did.
I think that was your 3rd interception of the season?
Yes, sir.
All right. So just take us through, exactly what you saw, and what's the feeling when you finally, make that play and turn the ball over?
It's unbelievable. The sound kind of drains out from you and then comes back in after the play. It's just an unbelievable feeling. I'm glad I get to celebrate it with my brothers.
Can you just take us through, you shut out Navy, you only give up a 7 to Air Force. That's an impressive two weekends.
Yeah, I can't say enough about the defense, the linebackers. They're causing pressure, getting back there. They make the job easy for when they finally decide to throw and we can make plays like what happened today.
Yeah. And just take me through watching the offense move down the field in that final series. You're on the sideline. What are you thinking? What's going through your head?
It was like a dream, just watching them march down the field and then them finally punching it in on 4th and goal. all the emotions just came out there.
Best feeling ever?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jabari.
Teams wearing Army uniforms. Isn't that nice? I should mention that. I think I will mention that.
All right, next we'll start with an opening statement from head coach Jeff Monken, and then we'll open it up to questions.
Well, gosh, I know where to start. So incredibly proud of our team, and happy for our seniors. They captured the Commander-in-Chief's trophy again for the third time in their career. They became the winningest class in program history with 35 victories. Just quite an accomplishment for the history that we have here at West Point, and just happy for our team. This season and this year has been a challenge for every human being on the face of this planet, and our guys have had those challenges too. But there's a spirit in this team and a love for each other and this brotherhood that's just it's uncommon. And this is the best team that I've ever been a part of. This isn't the most talented team I've ever been a part of, but this is the best team that I've ever been a part of. And absolutely the best senior class, and I think that's why they've created a culture and like they have, and why we're such a good team. Play really hard for each other. They believe. They just keep fighting all the way. And we've had our backs to the wall 2 weeks in a row against our biggest opponents. And you go back the game before that against Georgia Southern, we had our backs against the wall, and this team just keeps finding a way. So the plays that some of these guys came up with individually and just that last drive, the offense to go take that thing down, take it 80 yards when we absolutely had to have it, just says a lot for their grit and their toughness and their will. And it was a great day. It was, to come off of what is our biggest rivalry a week ago and beating Navy here, and there's a lot of emotion that goes into that, and I really felt, I guess, just the couple of days after that, it's just hard to get yourself cranked back up when you put so much into a game and you're so emotionally charged. But about the middle of the week, this past week, we kind of had a heart-to-heart, everybody, and addressed some of the things that they were thinking about, which are all related to what we've been going through, COVID and going home, and guys getting tested, and some being positive, and the concern of what that means for the next couple of weeks. And they're young men, and they've some of them have been here since May 31st and haven't seen their parents since. When you're that age, you really lean on your family. You lean on your parents in a way that you don't when you're older. And I still lean on my parents, love my parents, and I've been able to see them this season. But our players haven't, and I can't imagine it. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 years old, whatever our guys are, not being able to see my parents for months on end. And these guys have done it, and they've just leaned on each other and this brotherhood, and that's what got us through this week, and it's what got us to victory today, just the culture of this team. And it was a great Army day, and two teams really battled, both wearing Army uniforms, which was awesome to see them representing a great Army unit like the Tuskegee Airmen, and us wearing the colors of this great institution in our United States Army. So, it was just a great day and a very proud moment. We're glad to have the Commander-in-Chief's trophy back, and now so starts the challenge to keep it, and I hope we'll be able to do that. But for right now, we're just going to enjoy having it and celebrate this senior class and their accomplishments.
Next, we'll open things up for questions. Rich DeMarco, you want to start us off with questions?
Jeff, I know it's hard to compare Commander-in-Chief's trophies against each other, but the fact both these games were at home, it's been such a unique season. I'm not saying there was pressure to win these two games, but how did your team respond with really having all the lights on them at home these two games and figure out ways to win these two games?
Just the sense of pride, I think, in playing at home. This one was going to be played at home one way or another, I guess, in November or now, or but the Army-Navy game, obviously not typically played here, and I think just the pride of not allowing our biggest rival, Navy, to come in here and beat us at home, and then not allowing one of the other service academies to take that trophy away from here. It's here, it's waiting for us to earn, and not allowing them to take it with them. And I think it was just a tremendous sense of pride that we wanted to win here at West Point. And so it's just it's just I think going to be a great memory for everybody that's a part of it to win these games back to back. I'm pretty certain we'll probably never play them back to back like this ever again. Those are two emotional games, two very hard-fought games, and games where we've just had to gut it out and find a way. And just really proud of our team for doing that.
And what do you say about your staff's coaching effort in this game, from the adjustments when Air Force changed its offense to figuring out a way to go 80 yards in the final minutes? It just seemed to me watching the game that the better coach team won this game today. What do you have to say about your coaching staff?
Well, they're a well-coached football team on their side too, but I think our coaches did a great job. I don't know if I can be more complimentary of Nate Woody and the job that he's done with our defense and our defensive staff. Just doing a great job having those guys prepared and fundamentally in doing what they need to do to accomplish their individual missions, their assignment, the fundamentals that go along with that, and just how hard they coach those guys and how well they have them prepared. I think they've done a really, really good job. And I give a ton of credit to Brent Davis. This week we had our COVID tests, and we had some changes in the roster based on that midweek. And so we made some adjustments to our game plan. Frankly, just kind of changed our game plan. And the two quarterbacks are really very different. Tyre and Christian are both capable of running our offense, just kind of different parts of our offense. And so when Tyre went down, we kind of had to go to that second game plan with Christian. And he just stuck with it. Through the game, we weren't blocking them consistently and sustaining blocks, and give them credit. They were getting off blocks. They were playing three different fronts. We had practiced for a couple of them pretty good bit, and the other a little bit. Just hard to get reps in 1 week with every play you run against every defense, but we just didn't sustain a lot of blocks, and really, got some things going, turned some first downs, and then had to punt. Had a costly turnover, and just things that don't contribute to winning and sustaining drives. And I kept asking Brent, is there something else we can be doing? Is there something else we can go to? Because what we're doing, we're getting hit in the teeth here. We're not getting any points. We got to get some points. And to his credit, he said, what we've got to do is block the plays that we're calling better, and we can. And you know, of course, in my wisdom, I just said, well, then let's get them to do it, you know. And you know what? They did. They turned the ball over there. Jabari Moore made that great interception. It was a heck of a catch. And we had the ball at the 20-yard line and just methodically took it down the field, doing the same things that we had been doing. Had a costly penalty. We had the run. I think it was going to be 2nd and 6 or 2nd and 5, and now it's 1st and 15. We overcame it. You know, just some things didn't go our way, but we kept battling, and our guys were so determined, and there was never a lack of confidence that we could do it. And they were frustrated that we weren't doing it. It wasn't because we weren't trying. And their team, you know, I give them credit. They got off the blocks and they did a really good job defending us. Just the last drive, we found a way, and we just weren't going to be denied all the way down to 4th down and a half a yard or whatever it was.
Next question's from Charles Grievous.
Good afternoon or good evening, Coach. And first and foremost, congratulations on the win today and, of course, capturing the CIC trophy. Last week, the defense put on a show with their goal line stance versus Navy, but I guess not to be outdone today, the offense went on a 16-play, 80-yard drive and their own version, I guess, of a goal line moment. Can you talk about that drive itself that had so many narratives of its own?
We got ourselves in some real pickles. Like I said, we had the 1st and 15, and then we had a 3rd and long, and I'm trying to remember the drive exactly what all the scenarios were. We have a 4th down in there we had to overcome. We had like a 4th and 5 or something like that, and we called a boot play, and he ran the ball, and you know, it's a huge play in the game. Obviously, we turned the ball over there. It's probably over. But you know, we just made some plays down the stretch, and we got down there with 1st and goal. And a year ago, we were in the same position, 1st and goal at the 6. We had 4 plays, and we didn't get it in. And we threw some passes last year. Just, you know, we had been stuffed before that, I think 8 times or something on goal-to-go plays. And this year we got it down there, and our guys just, I think, had decided long before we ever got to that point that if it meant getting it in, we were going to find a way to get it in. And they just battled, and it wasn't easy. We were, you know, they put up a stiff fight, but we found a way. And Charles, I'm just really happy about the way that last drive went. I think it was just the culture of this team, and how much they believe, and you know, they care about each other, and that came out in that drive for sure.
Awesome. And can you bring us into the confrontation huddle that goes into that final offensive call where Jakobi scored? You have offensive coordinator Brent Davis up in the coach's booth, fullback coach Mike Diddy on the sideline, and of course yourself. In this particular case, do you defer to Coach Davis with the call, or is there a collaborative decision-making process? Can you bring me into that?
We asked the players what they wanted to do, what they believed in, and I think it's important to do that. A few years ago, we were at the Armed Forces Bowl. We were going for 2 points to take the lead over San Diego State, and we asked the players what they wanted to do, what they thought the best play was, and it's based on, you know, what we had been having success doing and what they felt confident blocking, but you know, Brent talked about a couple of things that we could do, but I think Matt Drinkle on our staff was the guy that said, hey, I think we need to give it to the 260-pound guy and just ram it in there and see if we can cross the goal line. And Brent said, I completely agree. And so that's what we did. We put it behind Mike Johnson, our team captain, and just one of the toughest guys on our team. He wanted the ball behind him, and we handed it to Jakobi and pounded that thing in there. And So it was just a really proud moment for that offensive unit to complete a drive like that.
Awesome, and congratulations once again, Coach.
Oh, thank you, Charles. I appreciate that.
Questions from Ken Kreitzer?
Hey, congratulations, Coach, on another Commander-in-Chief trophy win. Just take us through a little bit about when Tyre got hurt in the second quarter, putting Christian Anderson in. He had been hurt himself earlier in the year, watching other quarterbacks play, but you called on him for a big moment. How did you feel he handled that?
I thought he did a really nice job, and we'd gone through the week with that in mind. If Tyre went down, that we would put Christian in. I mean, after all, he was our starting quarterback to begin the season, and so he's got experience. He's won games, and he knows how to operate the offense. And I thought he did a really nice job. Had some really good plays, some important runs in the game, and like I said, he's different than Tyre, but did a nice job with the things we asked him to do.
And, Coach, you talked about your offensive line. This was certainly a battle in the trenches, especially in the first half. It was very hard to run the ball. But how did you feel your offensive line reacted and handled the challenges that Air Force was throwing at them on defense?
I thought we did a nice job at times, and at other times just a little frustrated that we weren't sustaining those blocks. But, they got guys on scholarship too. So they made some plays, and we made some plays. We just couldn't sustain a drive and take it all the way down there and score. And, that changed in the last drive. It was completely different on that last drive than really it had been throughout the game. But we found ourselves, as I said, in that 4th and 5 or 4th and 4, was it 4th and 4? So we had run it 3 times there. I'm looking at the play-by-play. So we rushed for 1 yard, 2 yards, 3 yards, and then we ran the play action boot, and he was able to run for the first down. So even right there, they were doing a good job stopping us. But these games are really hard. They're hard-fought games, and both teams really wanted that trophy. And so their guys were fighting tooth and nail, just like our guys. And we just found a way on that last drive to make enough plays to win. And it really was on the backs of the offensive linemen, particularly down there at the very end. And I'm proud of them. Proud for Mike Johnson and Peyton Reeder, Lucas McCleary, those seniors that were out there in their last game in Mikey Stadium and playing for the CIC trophy. That's great for those guys.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Ken.
Questions from Ken McMillan?
Yeah. Was the offense drastically different between plans A and B today?
No, not drastically different. It's hard to practice a whole bunch of stuff and say if this quarterback goes in there, then we're gonna run all these different plays. You saw we were in the gun a good bit in the first half, and we felt like we had something there, and again, just didn't sustain blocks. The turnover we had was on a gun play, and the gun back left a little bit early and ran into the blocking back, and we had practiced some things that we thought would be good, and at times they were. And there were a couple times where I thought we were going to pop out of there and score. I was one Christian Anderson going toward the building, popped out of there, and I think it was in the third quarter, and he just slipped and fell. But if he was able to keep his feet, he was going to score. And there was another time Jakobi going toward the scoreboard, same thing. And so we just, like I said, give them credit. They got us down and kept us from scoring in those situations, but enough to win.
Jeff, you kind of gave us a coaching film review of Christian's performance today. But what are your emotions about seeing him step back in to a command position and succeed?
I'm really proud of him and very happy for him because, You know, he went out early in the year with an injury. He came back in the Tulane game and didn't play very well. We've started other quarterbacks every week since then, and to be thrown into the game, not as a starter to begin the season, not as the starter in the two biggest games of the year, to go in there and to perform like he did and take care of the ball and lead us on that final drive. I'm just so happy for him and his family. I know how incredibly proud they must be of him. And I can tell you that our team was really, really excited for him, and they gave him a great ovation in the locker room when we talked about him.
And lastly, Jeff, how close did we come to losing today's game to COVID, and how concerned are you about the bowl game?
Oh, we weren't even close. If we had 11 guys, we were going to play, Ken. It didn't matter which 11 they were. We were going to have the same 11 playing offense, defense, and every special team, I promise you. We represent the United States Army, and the United States Army is going to go to the finish with the guys they got. And that's who this team is, and it's who we represent, and we are incredibly proud to do that. So fortunately, we weren't down to 11, but we were down about 50 guys. And I think that speaks to the heart and the spirit of this team and the competitiveness and just really, really proud of these guys.
50's a lot of players.
Sure is. But, you know, that's why we got a big team. We got about 160 guys on our team, so 110's enough to win. It was today,
Yeah,
at least.
But 50 is kind of like shaking your team to the core, though.
Oh, I guess so. Didn't shake our guys. Our guys were ready.
All right. Thanks, Jeff.
You betcha.
Two more from Ken Kreitzer.
Coach, just want to ask you about the significance of winning the Commander-in-Chief Trophy third time in 4 years. You've been to the White House twice. I remember the trip to the Pentagon as well, all the leadership of the Army there, and, of course, the President. What does it mean for you to have this team win the Commander-in-Chief Trophy?
Well, I hope they'll get that vaccine fired up and we can all get this COVID the heck out of here so we can go to the White House this spring. That's what I hope. It's an incredible experience. Two college football teams get to go to the White House every year, the national champions and the CIC champions. So it is a tremendous honor. I think it tells you the magnitude of this rivalry or this tournament for this trophy that the president invites two teams, the one that's the number one team in the land and the one that's the number one team among the academies. So really, really proud. Like I said, just so excited and happy for our senior class. You know, this is their legacy. It's their last year. This was their last game in Michie Stadium, and it couldn't have been more fitting to play it here and to have it go the way it did, and to have that Commander-in-Chief's trophy at stake. They earned this opportunity in this moment.
Just a final thought, I wanted to ask about Tyree Tyler and Sandon McCoy, who took injuries today. Are they okay?
I'm sure they're going to be okay. I don't know how severe the injuries are. We'll allow our training staff and our medical staff to look at them and make a determination on whether they can practice tomorrow or practice this week or play in the bowl game. But you know, they both battled and both very important to our football team. So I hope they're healthy, and we'll just have to see here in the next day or two.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Be Navy.